Wanted to bring you a short little video on, I think, a creative way I figured out how to get these lowered vehicles on the lift. I've been searching for a while for an easy way just to get the car on and off the lift because they sit so low. I've tried wooden boards, jacks, combinations of little different ramps, all sorts of stuff. But bought a pair of race ramps for my trailer. And as I pulled it up, I noticed there might be an easier way to incorporate another set of small race ramps that were really cheap to get my car on and off the lift. So I'll kind of show you what I did, and so far so good. It's worked wonders. It's made getting these arms under these lowered cars so much easier. So here we go. So as you can see, these cars both sit pretty low. Even the Audi, basically you can get a fist under there. And the Cobra has about the same, but there's subframe connectors under there. This is a low profile lift, even though it doesn't really look all that low profile. And I even have these little adjusting pads that spin in and out. But even with this all the way down, I always ran into a problem of hitting my skirt. Without the skirt, it was always close because it would hit here, or if I got in too far, you can actually see some marks. It'll actually rub on there. And then the front does the same exact thing. It's even worse up front. Even with this pad off, that thing's not going under there. So had to get creative. Ended up buying, like I said earlier, a combination of this ramp right here and this guy. They kind of go together to make one big ramp. It has the little divot in it for your trailer for the flap to go, and then for it to sit on there. So that worked out really well. And then I ended up buying this little guy right here that I put under the rear wheels. So that should make it a lot easier. As you can see, even on the 98, I have to use this race ramp just to be able to get a jack under it because of the same thing. These skirts, they look great, but they just make it really hard to get these arms under there. All right, so car's in position. They come in two pieces. Essentially just slide this guy in, and they just kind of lock together. And now you have your first set of ramps to drive up on. The reason I have the long ramp is because once the tire sits here, I can then move this and have the arm swing in freely. Put them up on the ramp so we can get the rear ones in, so we don't want to go all the way up. So I got to leave myself enough room to be able to get these rear ones in. Myself little marks through a lot of trial and error, so I really have to get the car back down a little bit, which we'll do the sketchy way. So the Bluetooth cut on and cut this off, but just put one right here to roll up on, and I'll throw the other one right on there. that's on there. As you can see, what I do is just kick this guy out of the way into the center so I can get it once I lift the car up. Swing this arm down. Turn this guy pretty much all the way up. Put it under my subframe, and I still got plenty of room. Then with this guy, it clears that no problem. Pushing those out of the way. Now I can get to the front. And once it lifts itself, it'll level everything out. But what it does is it allows me to get the car up enough in the belly to be able to spin those adjusters so they're all the way up. So when that it does rise, these are far enough away from that splitter.